السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ما بعد. I welcome you all to the class of 400 questions in Sarf, and today we are in question number 88. ما حكم إسناد الفعل الأجوف للضمائر? So we're talking about فعل أجوف. Like last time we talked about mithal verbs. Now it's all about ajwaf verbs. How do you conjugate to the pronouns? الفعل الأجوف عندما يسند إلى الضمائر له صورتان. الفعل الأجوف يسند maybe. If when the فعل الأجوف is ajwaf means it has an alif in between, that is it's a waw or ya, and if it is yusnadu ila al-damair, when you conjugate it to the pronouns lahu suratan, it has two surah, two forms. Baqa'u ayn al-fi'l, one is keeping the ayn of the verb remaining. So what is ayn al-fi'l? That means you fa kalima, ayn kalima, lam kalima, the middle letter, you keep it like that. إذا تحركت اللام الفعل الأجوف تبقى عين ولا تحذف. If the lam of the fi'l, that is the last letter of the verb, is having a haraka, so you keep the ainul fi'l and it will not be omitted. For example, في الماضي قام, قام, so قامت, قامت, قاموا, قاما, and then قامتا. So here you're keeping the ainul fi'l. You're keeping the ainul fi'l. تبقى عينه, its ayn is remaining. So what is the ayn here? The alif, right? That means the waw actually, but this is the alif, right? This is the alif here. And then we have, so you're keeping it. Qama, qamat, qamu, qama, qamata. So even if you give a haraka here, qamati, qamatil Hindu. So you'll keep it like that. Or fil mudari, for example, you're keeping it. Aqumu, naqumu, taqumu. So the waw, you can see the waw, right? I stand, we stand, you both stand, taqumani, yaqumani. They both stand, taqumuna, you all stand, yaqumuna, taqumuna, taqumina. They all stand, they all. So if the lam, that is the last root letter, is haraka, we'll keep the what? The ayn, the ayn. So the conjugation qama, qama, qamu, qamat, qamata. Now from now, the lam of the kalima will be a fatha. I mean, will be a sukun. Qumna. Why did it become qumna? Hadfu ayn al-fail. So the conjugation is what? Qama. So why are you keeping the ayn al-fail? Somebody asks you, like, why is the alif here? You say because taharraka lam. The lam kalima, that is the third letter. Lam kalima is third letter, right? Ain kalima is middle letter, second, and fa kalima is this. Fa'ala, right? We already done this. So qama, qama, qamu. Why is all the ains here? Because the second word letter is here. Because the lam is mutaharrik, right? All the till before hunna. So huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma. All the five, you'll keep it the same, right? Qama, qama, qamu, qamat, qamata. And in Mudare also, he says, Mudare aqumu, naqumu, taqumu, taqumani, because all the lams here, look at the lam, it has a haraka. Aqumu, dhamma, right? It has a haraka. Amma idha sakanat aynul fi'l. If the aynul fi'l is sukun, الفعل الأجوف فإنه تحذف, then it will be omitted. وذلك عندما يكون الفعل مجزوما أو أمرا متصلا بضمير رفع. And that happens when the verb is majzoom in mudare, or amran, or command, muttasilan bi damir raf, which is attached with the damir raf. For example, yabi'u. Now what happens is yabi', ya, ba, ain, and this thing, right? Yabi'u. If you add a lam to this, now yabi', lam yabi', two sukuns are coming together. So what you'll do? You'll drop the weak letter. Lam yabi'. Lam yabi'. So this is the second way where Ainul Fail has a sukun. And the lam also has a sukun. Lam yabi'. See? Lam yabi'. Bi' is also same thing. Bi' to ya has a sukun, ain has a sukun. So it was dropped, it became bi'. Bi'tu, I sold. Bi'tu. Hmm? Even bi'tu, what happened? Ya had a sukun, ain and a sukun. So it became bi'tu. So ba'u, ba'at, ba'ata, hum, hunna, bi'na. And they all sold. And bi'na, nahnu bi'na. So where did the alif go? Ba'a, huwa ba'a, and then hum ba'u. I'm not taking the duals. And then hiya ba'at, and then hunna will be what? It should have been actually ba'na, correct? But what happens? Alif also has sukun, no? So we'll drop the alif. And why do we give a kasra? We'll learn later on. How do we give a kasra or dhamma, whatever? We'll learn later on because there's a rule for this. If it is from fa'ala, whatever is the letter be omitted, you'll give that one. For example, the alif here is a ya, correct? Because it's from baya'a yabyi'u. It, it is bab fa'ala. So you'll give a kasra here. Bi'na. Bi'na. So I think he'll bring it later on, inshallah. So ultimately, the point is correct. If the lam is mutaharrik, the third root letter has a haraka, right? You won't drop it. But if the lam has sukun, then you have to drop it because two sukuns cannot come together, right? So you'll drop the weak letter, the alif or the waw or the ya. Question number 89. كيف نستدل على الحذف المحذوف? How do you give استدلال? How do you indicate إذا كان عين الفعل في الفعل الأجوف في زمن الماضي? If the عين الفعل عين in the verb أجوف, in the weak verb, hollow verb في زمن الماضي, how are you going to give استدلال? How do you going to indicate? نستدل على الحرف المحذوف في هذه الحالة بالنظر إلى حركة الفاء. فإذا كانت الحركة ضمة كان الحرف محذوف واوا. So he's coming in a reverse way. He says, if we look at the fa kalima في هذه الحالة بالنظر إلى الحركة الفاء. If the fa has a dhamma, so for example, here he says قلت. Okay, قلت. So where's the ain kalima here? You have only two root letters here, qaf and lam. Where's the middle? So how do you know, is it a waw or a ya? He says you look at the dhamma. You look at the dhamma. He's coming in a reverse way. Actually, if it is a waw, we'll get to know from the masdar and all that. And you have to give a dhamma to indicate. So this dhamma indicates us that it is what? It is waw. Qultu. For example, sumtu is from sama yasumu, so we'll give a dhamma. So the conjugation will be what? Qala. Qala. I'm not doing duals. Like huwa qala, hum qalu, hiya qalat, and then hunna. It should have been actually qalna, correct? Now we'll drop it. And which haraka should we? Should we say kasra or dhamma? Now, if the alif is a waw, we'll give a dhamma. Qulna. See? Qulna. Then conjugation is the same. Qulta, qultuma, qultum, qulti. Anta, qulta, antum, qultum. Anti, qulti, antunna, qultunna. Ana, qultu, nahnu, qulna. But why you gave a dhamma here? Because this we have to look at two things. One, it is from bab fa'ala because it's actually qawala, yaqwilu, or yaqwulu. Nasara, it's from nasara yansuru. So it is qawala. Then the harf which is deleted, you'll give the appropriate haraka. For example, ba'a. You look at two things now. You'll do the conjugations ba'a, huwa, hum ba'u, and hiya ba'at. And then you have to come to hunna. Hunna, now you drop the alif, of course. So will you give a dhamma here? Bu'na? No. Why? Because the alif here is a ya. And it is from bab fa'ala. Fa'ala. So we'll give a kasra. Bi'na. We'll give a kasra. You can't see. بعنا. بعنا. Correct? So this is what. Why did we kasra here and dhamma here? Because this is this thing. This wow, it was a wow, so we give a dhamma here. This is a kasra. So similarly, sama yasumu. وإذا كانت حركة الفاء كسر, if it is kasra, كان الحرف محذوف ياء. كان المحذوف, it is ya. For example, عشت. عشت. I lived. So, oh, this is a kasra here. So it's a ya. يعيش. عاش يعيش. The alif is actually a ya. بعت باع يبيع, it is a ya. It's coming in a reverse way, but I understand properly from what we've done is, if it is a wow, you'll get to know through the masdar. And if it is a wow, give a dhamma. If it is ya, give a kasra. But only for if it is fa'ala. Now, what if it is another bab like fa'ila? Fa'ila. What will you do here? Now, here, for example, we have nama. Nama is actually navima. How do you know? Because that's the bab. I mean, that's how you know. So you say hum namu, nama namu, and then hiya namat, she slept. Then hunna, you're here, hunna. Now this is a wow. This is a wow, but it is not from bab fa'ila. So you might be like, okay, this is a wow, we have to give a dhamma here. No. Now you look at the haraka of the weak letter. So navima, wow has a haraka. So you say nimna. Nimna. Correct? Now look here. So you might be like, okay, we have a kasra. It's a ya. It's not a ya. Because this is not bab fa'ala. This is bab fa'ila. Nama, namu, namat, namata, nimna. Inshallah, we'll talk about this, inshallah, when we go into our book. But this is not from fa'ala. This is from fa'ila yaf'alu. Navima yanvamu, from sami'a. Sami'a yasma'u. Correct? Now here, this haraka is not telling us which root letter it was. This general rule which he gave is not correct here. Because he didn't go into this detail. Nimna, oh, you might be thinking, okay, Nimna, that means it was a ya, nayama, yan, yimu, or something. No, it's not, because the master is naum. Right? I hope I'm making sense. All right, makes sense. So this kasra here is talking about the haraka of the harf illa, the haraka of the waw, nimna. Like that. Khafa, for example. Same, khafa. So it's khawf, it's a waw. But khafa, khafu, khafat. So according to him, the rule is, okay, it's a waw, so khufna, give a dhamma. Why? Because it's a waw? No. Here, because this is from khawifa yakhwafu, it's not from fa'ala, it's from fa'ila yaf'alu. So what we'll do is we'll give a kasra. We'll give a kasra, khifna, khifta, khiftuma, khiftum. So this kasra tells us the haraka of the waw. Okay, the haraka of the waw. So this rule is okay, 90% applicable, but not for this nama, khafa, and all that. Yeah? Because nama, yanamu. The mudare also has an alif, so that way you can identify maybe. But here the conjugation nama will be a little different. So remember, they are khala, qalu, qalat, qalata, qulna, qulta, qultuma, qultum, and this is ba. The second type is like ba, ba'u, bi'na, bi'ta, bi'tuma, bi'tum. And the third type are these ones: nama, namu, namat, namata, nimna, nimta, nimtuma, nimtum, nimta. Why did we do a kasra? Because nama was actually navima and the waw had a kasra. So we had to give a kasra. It's not from fa'ala yaf'alu, it is from fa'ila yaf'alu. So here, the haraka will not indicate the drop letter. The haraka will indicate the haraka of the harf illa. Right? You can watch it again, maybe I try to explain. Inshallah, if you don't understand this, we'll do this in Al-Muhadarat fi Ilm Sarf again. There, inshallah, you might understand, because he has the rule and gives you more details and exercises, inshallah. So 3 types of ajwaf, generally speaking. Or if you want to go back to Madina books 2, lesson 26, 27 and all that. We've talked more detail of ajwaf conjugation. Question number 90. Ma hukmu, now we are talking about Naaqis. Ma hukmu isnad al-fi'l al-Naaqis ila al-dhamair. How do you do the conjugation of Naaqis? يسند الفعل الناقص إلى الضمائر على النحو التالي. سند يسند The sanad, the isnad is done like following. Ma'al madi lahu arba'u suwar. So Naaqis has more complications. With Naaqis, ma'al madi, with madi, it has four forms. What it says, إذا كان المعتل الأخير آخر بالواو أو الياء لا يحدث فيه تغيير عندما يسند إلى التاء الفاعل ناو الفاعلين نون النسوة. If the معتل الآخر, the last letter, for example, masha. Masha is a ya, right? Vaw or ya. Masha is a vaw or ya. No changes will happen in three places. One, ta'ul fa'il. Ta'ul fa'il, mashaita, mashaituma, mashaitum. When you attach all this ta'ul fa'il, na'ul fa'ilina, mashaina, and nunun niswa. You don't do anything. You don't do what? Anything. You just bring the ta and this alif will become a ya. So it's because it's actually a ya. So just do mashaita, mashaituma, mashaitu, mashaiti, mashaituma, mashaituna. Don't do anything at all. And now fa'ilina also like mashaina, we walked. And no, this also they all walked. You don't do any changes at all. Same thing with da'a. Da'a, you should know that alif is a wow here. So if you add a two here in the end, so it'll become a wow, clear wow. You don't do any changes. The root letter comes back. Da'utu, da'utuma, da'utum, da'una. So he brought Sara. Sara from Sin Ra or Sarava. Sarava. Sara. To dispel someone's worry. Sarautu. I regained my composure, maybe. I felt at peace, maybe. Sarauna. That is the first rule. أما إذا كان الفعل الناقص معتل الآخر بالألف. So he says, okay, sarua and all that. You can see the waw and the ya, correct? But if it is an alif, it will find فإن ألفه ترد إلى أصلها الواو إلى الياء إذا كانت ثالثة. So you'll repeat it back. The alif will change into the original. Like for example, da, this alif is a waw, right? So you'll change it to da'utu, da'una, da'una. You'll bring it back. And naha is also same thing. Naha, nahaytu. It's a ya actually. So nahaytu, nahayna, nahayna. I don't know what's the difference between masha and naha. I have no idea why. Because masha, if he says it should be a ya, he should not have brought this example because this is an alif actually. Alif maksura, correct? I mean, he brought masha and naha is the same thing. Anyways, وَإِذَا كَانَتْ أَلِفُ رَابِعَةً فَأَكْثَرُ فَإِنَّهَا تُقْلَبُ يَاءً مُطْلَقًا. So the rule is, for three letters, you'll bring the original back. Right? You'll bring the original back because this alif is wow, so you'll bring wow back. But for four and more, you'll just make it ya. You don't care about the asl. You don't care which is the root letter is the asl. You don't care. For example, ikhtafa. Ikhtafa, it's from khawf. Correct? Khaf, fa, and waw is actually there. But why did you write it as an alif as a yam alif maksura? Because we don't care now. It's more than three letters. So ikhtafaitu, you'll just make it ya. Blindly make it ya. You will not say ikhtafautu. No. Oh, it is khawf, right? No, you don't do that. Oh, this is from khafiya, sorry. Khafiya yakhfa. It's not from khawf. It's a ya actually, but you'll keep it ya. I mean, anyways, we don't care. So ikhtafaitu, I hid. Ikhtafaina, ikhtafaya. We hid ikhtafaina. And then ibqaitu, abqaitu, to remain keeping something steady. Abqaya, abqaina. So he says just turn it into a ya. This is this rule. Second rule. Then we have third, in the isnad al-fi'l al-naqis ila al-waw al-jama'ati wa kana mu'tallan bil-alif yajibu hadfu alifi ma'a fathi ma qabla waw al-jama'a. He says if you're doing for waw al-jama'a, when will it come for whom? So what you have to do, and if it has wa kana mu'tallan bil-alif, it has an alif. Yajibu hadfu alif. So you have to drop the alif. Alif could be alif maksura or alif lazima, whatever alif, right? Whatever it is, you have to give the waw ma fathi ma qabla waw al-jama'a. The previous waw al-jama'a should have a fatha. That means fatha, whenever it comes, don't touch. For example, da. You want to attach da. You want to attach waw al-jama'a. For whom, right? You want to conjugate for whom. You'll bring the waw. But you cannot say You have to drop the alif now. You cannot say daw. No, you just drop the alif. It has a fatha, right? You just make it daw. You'll not change the fatha to a dhamma. No, you don't say daw. No, daw. Why? Because fathas don't touch the fathas. Ihtada, for example, ihtada. Now you have to say hum, ihtadaya, and then ihtadaw, ihtadaw. Leave the fatha. Then in the for others, what will you do if it is not a fatha? If it is a kasra, for example, you will change. The asl with wawul jamaa is it has to have a dhamma before, unless it is a fatha, right? So for dhammas, you leave it dhammas. For kasras, you'll change it to a dhamma. For example, I'm not even remembering example. Baqiya. Baqiya. Now, baqiya is fine, right? You want to attach a vowel jamaa to this. So what you'll do? First, you have to hadfu illa, delete the ya. Correct? So you remain with baqi and then waw. Now, what waw is a sukun? Now, what will you give a haraka to this? Should we say baqiyu, baqiyu? No. Change the haraka to a dhamma, baqu. Why not there? Because that was the fatha. Don't touch the fatha. Here, it is baqu. So baqiya, baqiya, baqu. It is baqu. So what happened here? Ihtadaw. This is fine, yeah? In the isnad al-fi'l al-naqis. So if it is other like baqu, you'll change the kasra into a dhamma. In the isnad al-fi'l al-naqis al-muntahi bil-wawi aw al-ya'i yahdhifu or yahdhufu harfu illa. حذف يحذف يحذف حرف العلة ويضم ما قبل واو الجماعة. But if it is what he says, waw or ya, it's ending with a waw or ya, not with an alif. Waw or ya, like sarwa, it's ending with a waw. So what you will do, you will drop the harful illa and then yudammu ma qabla waw al-jama'ati. You'll give a dhamma before the waw al-jama'ah. Saru. It becomes what? Saru. 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 And then khashiya. Khashiya. Ya. This is a ya. It should have given a proper ya. It looks like an alif, but it's actually khashiya. Now khashiya, khashiya, and then you want to attach a vowel jama, you have to look. If it's a fatha, leave the fatha, don't touch the fatha. But sheen has a kasra here. So kasras and vowels, they don't go together. So it'll become khashu. Khashu. Naaqis are a little tricky. Don't worry about it. You need a lot of practice. So, for example, we'll do the 4 types of naaqis, generally speaking. If you, one is da. So, how do you say da, dao, dao, and then you'll bring it. Anything else, you'll leave it like that. Or hiya also, like dao and hum, right? Hiya, you'll drop the harful illa. That, and then you'll bring it back dauna, hunna, and then dauta, dautuma, dautum, dauti, dautuma, daut. This is the first type. Then we have the masha yamshi type, the bab daraba, masha, mashaya, mashau. You'll give it a fatha, right? Why? Because it's an alif. Alif could be like a alif maksura also. Mashat, and then mashaina. Right? It'll come back to its original. Mashaina, mashaituma, mashaituma, and all that. Then we have the third type, which is this khashia type, or nasiya type, nasiya. So nasiya, now you will not say nasau, no, nasu. Why? Because it's a kasra. Nasu, hum, nasu, then nasiyat. You will not drop nasit, you will not drop the ya here, nasiyat, and then nasina. You'll just leave it like that. Nasina, nasita, nasituma, nasito. Nasiti, nasituma, nasitu, I forgot, we forgot. So 3 types, if you can remember. Very good. There's another type called naha. Naha, yanha is similar. It's a mixture of these two. Like mudare of nasiya and madi of masha. Naha, naha, nahu, nahat. And then nahi, nahina, nahita, nahituma, and so on. مع المضارع والأمر. عند إسناد الفعل الناقص الضمائر في حالة المضارع والأمر يكون له صورتان. It will have 2 surahs in مضارع and أمر. So إذا كان الفعل معتل الآخر بالواو والياء ويجب حذف العلة عند إسناده الواو الجماعة وياء المخاطبة. Hmm. So it's telling if the verb معتل الآخر بالواو أو الياء, if it is ending with the واو or the ياء, يجب حذف العلة. You have to omit the حذف العلة عند إسناده إلى واو الجماعة أو الياء المخاطبة with واو الجماعة and ياء المخاطبة. What is ياء المخاطبة? When you're talking to a female, right? إينا تذهبين and so on. ثم يضم ما قبل الواو ويكسر ما قبل الياء. And before the واو, the original rule is you have to give a dhamma unless it's a fatha, like we said, and give a kasra with yaul mukhata. Nahu yalju. Now you want to add this waw is not the waw of jama. So you want to add one more waw and noon, of course. So it'll become, you'll drop this waw and bring that waw. Urju. Yarju becomes arju. I hope. I don't know the tarjina becomes idji. And so tarju, you give a kasra to before the ya mukhatab. Another example should have been yarjuna or yarjuna. So you drop the waw, brought another waw, and then you gave a dhamma. It's already dhamma, so no problem. And then tarjina is irji. So tarjina, why did we give a kasra? Because the yaul mukhataba, the rule is the previous letter should have a kasra. So a little bit technical. So if you do a conjugation, yarju, yarjuani, yarjuna, tarju, tarjuani, yarjuna, tarju, tarjuani, tarjuna, tarjina, tarjina. So you should write it down, all of them, and then make it, practice it, inshallah. وإذا كان الفعل المعتل الأخير بالياء يجب حذف الإلا أيضا ثم يضم ما قبل الواو. Now, if you want to join a واو المضاع, واو الجماعة, you have to delete it and then you give a dhamma. If it is a ya, he says. If it is a ya, nahu yaqdi. Yaqdi. Now you want to bring waw and noon. So what you'll do, you will not say yaqdiyuna, you'll drop the harful illa and then waw requires a dhamma before it, so you'll give a dhamma. Although dad has a kasra, correct? Dad has a kasra, you'll give a dhamma before it. Again, if you're finding it difficult, go back to Madina books. We went into a lot of detail about his mashayamshi, yaqduna, and then iqdu. See, iqdu, will not say iqdaw. Will not bring a fatha on our own. No, we'll bring a dhamma. Iqdawna, taqdina. Iqdaw is you all judge, and so on. وعند إسناده لا ألف اثنين ونون النسوة فإنه لم يحدث فيه تغيير. No change will happen. You'll just join it when you attach to ألف الاثنين, the ألف of dual, or نون النسوة, نون of feminine. For example, نحو يرجو يرجواني. Just add ألف نون. أرجو يرجونا أرجونا, and so on. And then يقضي also يقضياني يقضيا يقضينا يقضينا. يقضينا, we won't say يقضينا. So this was the first rule. What are we talking about? Mudare and amr. Mudare and amr. So first rule was, if it is waw ya, you'll drop the waw and then give a dhamma before it or a kasra before this. And then the second rule is إذا كان الفعل الناقص في حالة المضارع أو الأمر معتل الآخر. If this verb in mudare and amr معتل الآخر, the last verb is a weak letter بالألف, with alif. يجب حذف ألف عند إسناده. You have to delete it إلى واو الجماعة أو ياء المخاطب وفتح. So like in ماضي, we won't touch the fathas. Similarly here also we won't touch the fatha وفتح ما قبل الواو أو الياء. And you have, so it will become يسعينا. For example, يحيى. So you add a waw and noon, it will not become يحيونا. No, يحيونا. Fatha, don't touch the fatha. إحيو, تحيينا, إحيي. Everything with the fatha, fatha, fatha. Yay, yayna. And then yarda, yardawnahu, irdaw, tardayna, irday. So if it is a fatha, don't touch the fatha. وعند إسناده إلى ألف الاثنين والنون النسوة تقلب ألفا ياء. Now when you do duals, this alif will become a ya. For example, I mean, it'll become original. You'll just yatasama, yatasamayani, tasama, yatasama. So this became a ya. So tasama means tasama. I don't know. Tasama is to be high, elevated. Okay. Yatasamayani, to compete for glory. Yatasamayani. Malhuda. There's a note. عندما يسند سند يسند. So يسند الفعل يسند الفعل الناقص بالواو أو يسند الفعل الناقص بالواو في الحالة المضارعة إلى واو الجماعة أو نون النسوة تكون صورة الفعل معهما واحدة غير أن الواو مع جماعة الذكور تكون ضمير الجمع ولام الفعل محذوفا نحو هم يدعون إلى الخير. Now it says that when you do فعل ناقص with واو في حالة المضارع in the مضارع إلى واو الجماعة أو نون النسوة أنت واو الجماعة نون النسوة تكون صورة الفعل معهما واحد. The صورة, the form will look same. The form will look same غير أن الواو مع جماعة الذكور تكون ضمير الجماعة ولام الفعل محذوفة. See for example دعا يدعو, the root letters are dal and ain, that's it. Dal and ain. Where's the waw? You might say it's omitted. So what is this waw? This is waw al-jama'a. But when you come to feminine, amma al-waw ma jama'at al-inath. For feminine plural, فهي لام الكلمة. That waw is not the waw al-jama'a now. اتصلت بنون النسوة. Will join with the nun niswa. ولم يحذف من الفعل شيء. And nothing has been omitted from this. For example, here يدعون هن يدعون إلى الخير. See, both look يدعون يدعون. But here this waw noon, una is for masculine, muslimuna. Here only the noon is the pronoun. This is fa kalima, this is ain kalima, this is lam kalima. This waw is not jama'a here. This is waw is da'a yad'u dal ain waw lam kalima. Right? I hope it is clear, inshallah. So this is waw noon is what? Jama'a. Here waw is dropped. The lam kalima is dropped. Here the lam kalima is present. The noon is the fa'il. عندما يسند الفعل الناقص بالالف او الياء الى ياء المخاطبه او جمع الاناث المخاطبه. So when you do conjugation of to ياء المخاطبه, what is ياء المخاطبه? تفعلين او جمع الاناث او مخاطبات like تذهبن, فانه يكون فيهما بصوره واحده غير ان الياء will have a same form except that ياء مع المخاطبه هي الضمير الخطاب ولام الكلمة محذوفة and the lam is related. Same thing here. For example, أنت تسعين. سعى يسعى. So you have a fatha here. This is a ya. This is a pronoun. So the ya is dropped. So fa kalima and kalima here. This is fa. أما الياء مع المخاطبات, when you are speaking to multiple girls, فهي لام الكلمة اتصلت بها نون النسوة ولم يحذف من الفعل شيء. أنتن تسعين. تسعين. So this is the root letter now. Same thing like above. Both look same. تسعين تسعين. أنتِ تسعين. أنتن تسعين. The only difference is here, this is the noon which is added here. How do you know? By the context. Huh? Okay. So I think with this, it is enough for today, inshallah ta'ala. See you in the next class. We'll talk about Lafif Mafruq and Lafif Maqroon, inshallah ta'ala, in our next class. So today we did about Ajwaf. So go home, and you're at home, but stay at home and practice Ajwaf and Naaqis. If you find difficulty, go back to Madina books, lesson 25 onwards. And inshallah, we'll do the same thing in a future book, Al-Muhadarat fi Ilm al-Sarf, where we'll go into detail, into rules and all that. And there'll be a lot of practice even in that book of Sarf. Inshallah ta'ala. Barakallahu feekum. Jazakallahu Khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.